hopeless, lost, broken, numb. All tragic words that are used to describe people who struggle with addiction. But if you really look into the eyes of an addict, you will see that what they think about themselves is even more heartbreaking. Their faces tell a story of regret, guilt, and shame, of individuals who feel desperate, confused, and stuck. Addiction is deceptive. It slowly steals a person's identity, taking away their dreams and talents, robbing them of everything they love. It leaves nothing behind but someone who is afraid, overwhelmed, exhausted, and alone. Addiction manipulates a person's thoughts and controls the voice inside their head that constantly tells them lies.
I am damaged.
I am unwanted.
I am weak.
I am unworthy.
I am a failure.
They have been reduced to a single word, trapped by a label that tells them they'll never get out, that they are nothing more than an addict.
I can't believe I'm back to the place where it all began, where the destruction actually began and my life began spiraling out of control. This is the apartment building where I first used drugs. It was almost 20 years ago. Before the first day I used, I was a college student. I had a good job working at 3M. I was taking care of my children. I was really naive about drugs. I barely ever even drank. But that moment that I decided to try meth, my life changed drastically. My name is Amber. I have 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and for the next 14 years, I was addicted to meth. At first, I thought it was something that I'd be able to control. I just used on the weekends because I wanted to stay focused for school and for work throughout the week. Pretty soon, I started forging checks, making IDs, started dating drug dealers to get my drugs for free, selling stuff, just anything that I had to do to get my high. The drugs made me not care, to the point of where I didn't even care about my kids. I'd be in and out of the house, my kids would be crying and I would just leave and, I wouldn't come back and they didn't know when they'd see their mom again. And so, I think about that now and it hurts, but then I couldn't see it enough to stop. My life was so out of control that my house was raided, my health was deteriorating, my parents came in and took my kids. I was homeless, I didn't have any place to live, and I just began losing everything. I needed meth just to feel normal. I couldn't get out of bed unless I had drugs. It got to the point in my addiction where I knew that I needed to stop. But for so long I was hearing that I was worthless, that I was never going to amount to anything, that I was a whore, that nobody loved me. I got discouraged a little and I didn't know where to begin. I started believing that this is what my life is and this is what I have to accept. The last straw was one night I was arrested for the 28th time and the cop knew me by name and asked me, Amber, when is enough going to be enough? And for some reason I knew in that moment that that was probably the end. This is where I was brought the last time I was arrested.
Ramsey County?
Yes. I just remember thinking that I looked really nice and really thin and skinny, and now looking back at these pictures, I see that I definitely look sickly. I just can't believe that it got that bad. I didn't think that I was ever going to be able to get away from that. When I left jail for that last time, I came into Teen Challenge, and when I walked through the doors there, I just felt so welcomed, and I knew that that was it. Everything that I had known and everything that I had gone through and all the hurt and the pain was going to be over with, and that I was going to heal and there was going to be a different life for me. And it made me afraid, but it was definitely the best decision that I'd ever make in my life.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, down came the rain.
The best part of my new life is being able to pick my granddaughter up every day at 4:30. She's been living with me for the past year, and
That means so much to me. I feel like I've been given a second chance to kind of redeem myself and do something different, because with my children, I wasn't there for them, and this time around I get the chance to.
Thank you.
I can't believe it's been 6 years since I've used meth. I never thought that I would be sitting on the other side of things, being able to share my story with people. I have my life back, and I know today that that person who I was certainly isn't the person that's sitting here today.
Hi, I'm Rich Sherber, Executive Director of Minnesota Adult and Teen Challenge. Despite all the steps that are being taken to prevent addiction, the drug problem in Minnesota is as bad as it's ever been. And for most people, escaping it seems almost impossible. As many as 8 out of every 10 people who try to quit are unsuccessful. And worse than that, more than 90% of people who need help aren't getting it. But at Teen Challenge, all that can change. We're serving more men and women and teens than we ever have before, up to 600 on any given day. And it's our job to give each of them a reason to hope, a reason to try, and a reason to believe. Together with your help, we can see these lives truly turned around.